Dime qué tú quieres, papi. ¿Quieres que lo mueva para ti? Mueve.
How y'all doing?
Mueve.
We back.
¿Te gusta cuando me muevo así?
Daytime installment, baby.
Mueve, muevo, mueve.
Anyways, we're gonna get serious today. We're gonna talk about history and politics. And we're gonna focus on ding 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 Haiti. Why? Because the president died today. Was killed. A lot of people are covering this. I'm gonna cover I think I'm gonna cover a different angle, so let's get going. We're gonna start off with, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you all a couple of clips. We're gonna show the New York Times clips because they broke it down kind of pretty good, I think. And then we're gonna show how Democracy Now! Covered it, and then we're gonna talk about it. So, New York Times. They say his wife passed. Control of what? Y'all ain't controlling nothing. Your president just got killed. And they ain't controlling shit. Yeah, he was supposed to be out there already. Everybody know his term had ended like a year ago. It might have been longer than that. And he cheated to get in there from Jump Street. Well, as long as the U.S. Embassy is safe, I guess that's all that matters, huh? Anyways, let's see how Democracy Now! Covered it. What the freak? Where did this shit go? I hate it when it does this. What happened? Oh, okay. Let's do the Democracy Now! Intro. Uh-oh. History paused. What did I do? Oh, it doesn't matter right now. So, what did I say? We're gonna do the intro of Democracy Now! And then we're gonna do the. I hope I don't say that. Hear that? I'm Amy Goodman.
Haitian President Jovenel Moise was assassinated at his home early this morning. First Lady Martine Moise was also injured and has been hospitalized. President Moise had been in office since 2017, but faced large-scale protests from 2018 denouncing government corruption and demanding his resignation. Rights groups say he's responsible for the brutal crackdown on protesters and other government critics. Earlier this year, his opponents accused Moise of orchestrating a coup to stay in power beyond February 7th, when his term officially ended. But Moise clung to power with support from the Biden administration. Popular demonstrations against Moise had recently escalated. We'll have more on this breaking story after headlines. Here in New York City, the Associated Press called the Democratic primary race to become the city's next mayor for Brooklyn Borough President, former police captain Eric Adams.
I can't stand this guy.
The latest tally, which accounts for most
he's a
absentee
horrible
ballots,
human
saw
being right
Adams
there.
edge out former
Horrible
Sanitation
person. You feel
Commissioner
good about
Catherine
yourself, brother?
Garcia by 1 percentage point, or just 8,426 votes.
You're a piece of
Adams,
garbage,
who would be
bro.
the city's second black mayor, ran to the right of his party, promising to tackle crime. He's also known for supporting charter schools and the real estate industry. Meanwhile,
New York, what is wrong with y'all? Why y'all fucking vote for that dude? Anyways, let's go to the other Democracy Now! Clip.
With the home run.
Oh shit, that's not it. I keep doing that shit. And fucking, I want y'all to hear some people who gonna actually say what the freak, okay? I'm gonna do the little, let's see, do we want to do a little bit of the intro? I want to make sure we get some, let's go.
With impunity. We're joined now, dealing with this breaking news, by two guests. Dahoud Andre is a longtime Haitian community activist and member of the Committee to Mobilize Against Dictatorship in Haiti. And Kim Ives is with us, the editor of Haiti Liberté. We welcome you both to Democracy Now! Let's begin with Dahoud Andre. Can you tell us what you have heard? Who is responsible for this assassination? And then give us what has been happening. Talk about what has been happening in Haiti.
Well, thank you very much, Amy and Juan, for inviting us to speak about what's happening in Haiti. We got the call, a call about 5:30 this morning, to say that radio in Haiti had reported that overnight Jovenel Moïse had been assassinated. I should say that right now, as of now, we have no clue where this assassination came from. Certainly not the street gangs such as the G9, Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier, who has been going around recently after years of demonstrating with an American flag behind his back, and right now purporting to be fighting for a revolution to liberate the Haitian people. So we know it did not come from there. We know that it could have come from the oligarchy, such people as Reginald Boulos, maybe, the Dimitri Vorb, that at present it appears that Jovenel Moïse has some difficulty with them, because we can imagine that it would take a lot of money to do and resources to do an operation such as this. But a lot of people that I've spoken to this morning are saying it's probably the U.S. government, again, not just affirming their domination over Haiti right now, but maybe to mask the shame of their defeat and running away from Afghanistan in the middle of the night.
And Kim Ives, I wanted to get your perspective on this. Clearly, there was a popular opposition and questions, deep questions about any kind of legitimacy for Jovenel Moïse. So
I don't need y'all to hear what that dude has to say. Why? Because he's just gonna say what y'all gonna hear from the mainstream. So that's one of the things I don't like about Democracy Now, because they're turning into MSNBC, and it's kind of sad. Anyways, let's hear some more of this guy.
The bourgeois opposition.
Kim Ives is a joke, and it's sad that your program is giving him this platform to again push this garbage that Jimmy Cherizier, who, and this is not the RNDDH who's saying that Cherizier, that Barbecue is an assassin, a criminal, like someone who is responsible for all of these massacres. And despite the denunciations of the people of La Saline, of all of these poor neighborhoods in Bel Air who themselves, they say that it is Jimmy Cherizier. This is RNDDH, this is Fondation J'éclairé, this is the CARDH, and the people in the streets, and any radio station in the country that you turn on, and people who are massacred are speaking directly about who they saw came with guns, with gasoline and fire to burn down their homes. So now to say that Dawood Andre is aligned with the bourgeoisie opposition, there is a former ally of Kim Ives and his newspaper, Haiti Liberté, that he owns. But Kim is a white man,
Listen
an
to him.
American.
Listen.
And so he cannot come to this program or anywhere else and say that he is the owner, the puppet master of this newspaper.
You see the emotion in his face?
Pretending that he's just. But I'm sure that Amy Goodman, Juan Gonzalez, and everyone else who knows about this newspaper knows who owns this newspaper and knows that this is just another wannabe white savior for the people. And it's beautiful, the song that you started this segment with, Amy, because this is a song called Qui ça pour faire, what is to be done, as you said. And the song, if you continue to play it, it would say it's a revolution. And who's going to make this revolution? The Haitian people. It is not our neighbors. It is not wannabe white saviors like Kim Ives who are going to liberate the Haitian people. I want to speak a little bit about this thing, the Jovenel Moïse. This is what this is about. And I should say, if I knew that I was going to be putting this program together with Kim Ives, I wouldn't even come on. And you should go to Haiti. You've been to Haiti, Amy, one. And go speak to someone like Oxygen David, who worked for years with Kim Ives. Go speak to Mario Joseph, who was close collaborator of Kim Ives, who are both denouncing him and his newspaper in Haiti for pushing this garbage that is scum like Jimmy Cherizier, who he's not going to Pétionville, to Thomasin to kill the rich people, to steal from them. The people he has massacred for the government. And this is why for 3 years, the Jovenel government has never executed their warrants against Cherizier because he is in their pocket. He's someone who's working for them. And find his previous messages on social media where he has this same Jimmy Cherizier, an American flag behind his back to show the world who he stands with. And now that he has some little trouble with his people,
Dawood, if you can, we have only a couple more minutes.
Leading revolution.
Yeah. Dawood, we have only a couple more minutes to go. I wanted to get Kim Ives in for to.
See, like I said, man, Democracy Now, bro. Why they cut him off like that, bro? You know, and I don't know if I said it or whatever, but Democracy Now, I used to like them a lot, and I mean, I still watch them a lot. They're still way better than a lot of other stuff, but, you know, they used to be better. That's what I'll say. Once I started seeing them covering the white helmets, even though everybody was saying the white helmets was I don't want to say too much, but the white helmets wasn't on doing what they looked like they were saying, and Democracy Now kept on going with it, even though everybody knew that it wasn't true, and I was like, ugh, that kind of hurt. That's when I first started realizing Democracy Now was a little, so that's that. But, so let's talk about this a little bit. I don't know how much you guys covered, how much you guys understood. You know, he has a bit of an accent. And so, like, okay, Barbecue is the guy who put the gangs. He's basically running Haiti right now, and he's running it through fear. Like he burns houses. See, what a lot of people don't really understand you know, wait, before I say that, I want to say this, okay? I want you guys to be activists in your community. But for you to do that, you need to be educated on what's going on in the world also, and in what's going on in your community. And for you to understand what's going on in your community and what's going on around the world, you need to know some history. So that's just a reality, and you have to educate yourself, you know what I'm saying? So you got to do that, okay? So you need to know more than the people that you are leading, okay? So I'm leading leaders, I'm training leaders. I want you to be a leader, to be an activist. Whatever you think needs to be done, go do it. Anyways, Haiti. Man, there's so much I could say about this. The Haitian, let's go back to the Haitian Revolution, okay? That probably led to the French Revolution and led to the American Revolution. Y'all don't know. It happened first. They teach y'all about the French Revolution and the American Revolution in school, but they don't teach you about the Haitian Revolution because it was black people, and it's a whole racist thing. You know what I'm saying? They freed themselves before slavery was illegal. Like, they changed a lot of stuff, man. Haiti was the first real free country of the West. They made it a law where if you landed on Haiti, you free. So at this time, you know, you got slaves all over the place. So like, but if a slave somehow landed on Haiti, they free. And they're going to protect them. And couldn't nobody go over there and conquer them. And look, I want y'all to understand, the reason why Haiti is all fucked up is because of the Haitian Revolution. And, you know, I don't know what that was. But anyways, the reason why Haiti is fucked up, you have to go all the way back to the Haitian Revolution, because they've been getting fucked over this whole time, ever since. Ever since. They mad. The European powers were super mad because they beat them. They sent fucking Napoleon ass running. That's where all the hate, all the fear for voodoo, where all that came from, because that's part of the way that they beat them. And all that shit that y'all, I know the Haitians out there gonna know what I'm talking about, but that voodoo shit is not real, bro. Like, I mean, voodoo is real. Don't get me wrong. The perception that y'all have of voodoo is so wrong, and the reason why it's so wrong is because they made it bigger, they made it scary, they made it seem, you know, and the white people didn't understand, so they came over there and they was like scared. They was like, saw the Haitians doing all this and that and the other. Niggas got scared. That's part of the reason why they won, you know, and that's also the reason why we have this misconstrued view of voodoo. But I'm not gonna talk about voodoo. We're not talking about that. We're talking about politics right now. So, okay, so the history of Haiti, the Haitian Revolution, okay, and, you know, now they're free, right? Now that's their money, right? Because I'm gonna talk about that later in another video, but, you know, the slavery led to the Industrial Revolution. The whole thing was driven by slavery. The America becoming a country was driven by slavery. You know, all that money they went to Europe during the, whatever that was, 1500s. That's all slavery. They got rich